Hey everyone, this is Laura Godenick with Laura Godenick Astrology, and I'm here to give you the astrology for the week of February 1st through the 7th, 2021. So, today, Monday, February 1st, we have the Sun in Aquarius making a square to Mars in Taurus. So, this is kind of a irritating or frustrating aspect. Mars is the god of war. And when any planet comes into harsh aspect with Mars, it usually indicates flare ups, upsets, irritations, conflict, etc. And this could be as this could manifest in a very physical way where it's like literal flare ups with your skin, irritations on your body in some way, maybe even getting sick. Mars does represent pestilence. So it could be disease. Um, and then there's the other side, which is more energetic, emotional, where it could just be you're feeling a little sensitive today or just irritable. Um, and it could be that something that has been kind of brewing subconsciously or under your awareness is kind of coming up to be evaluated and maybe you're feeling some anger, some leftover anger from events that happened even months ago. Um, and so there is this, whenever we have these irritations or kind of like anger aspects, it's important to find a way to express it. We definitely don't want to necessarily sever ties because that can be a consequence or a result of acting on Martian energy is separating or severing yourself from the group or from an individual. So be mindful of how you express this anger. Definitely find a way to express it, whether that's through physical activity, although be careful of getting hurt. Don't overdo it. Um, or whether, it's through writing a letter before you talk to someone. Or screaming into a pillow, punching a punching bag, or something like that. So find a way to express it, but don't necessarily cut ties. And be careful. If you do physical activity, don't overdo it. Mars has the tendency to be overly confident, and with the square, there can be that sense um, of there being consequences for it, essentially. And at the same time, the moon is in Libra today on the first, so the moon in Libra wants to keep the peace, wants to be amicable, wants to relate with others and find ways of commonality or find ways where we relate to each other. So there is this kind of tension there because emotionally, the mood of the day is to keep the peace, keep relationships. But the Sun square Mars kind of says, nope. Um, we might have to disrupt things a little bit. And it's also okay to like don't be afraid of conflict. It's okay. I think as a culture generally we are pretty conflict avoidant, so it's definitely not about avoiding conflict either. So this aspect is pretty short, just lasts a day. I mean, you probably will have felt it the past couple of days because as a planet is approaching another one in aspect, we feel it even like 3 to 4 days ahead of time. So this might be even old news for you. Um, on the same day, we have Venus entering into the sign of Aquarius, which is a sign where we have like four other planets here right now. So Aquarius is really, really highlighted in the sky right now and really highlighted in your chart. So look to the area of your chart that has Aquarius on the cusp. What house is being highlighted or emphasized? And it's going to be different depending on what your rising sign is. But with Venus in the mix, and I think next week we're going to have a new moon in Aquarius as well. That'll be 7 planets out of 10 that are going to be in Aquarius. So, pretty big deal. um, so, Venus in Aquarius in particular, Aquarius is a sign that deviates from the norm and maybe not even on purpose. And certainly not on accident. It's just kind of a quirky, eccentric sign, and usually also has to do with feeling like an outsider or feeling like you don't belong in some way. or feeling like you're the black sheep. Um, and Aquarius is more focused on the group or the community rather than on the self. Leo is the sign opposite of Aquarius. If Leo says, I'm special, you're special, everyone is totally unique in their spirit and their ego. Aquarius says, well, we're all the same. No one's special. If we're all unique, then no one's unique. So Aquarius can have that sense of just being more concerned with the group and less on how special each person is. And of course, there's like positives and negatives to each sign and placement, etc. But that's just a little bit about Aquarius. Um, Venus in Aquarius, especially so Venus is entering into a sign where there's a whole host of other planets. First of all, she's going to conjoin Saturn later in the week on Saturday. She's going to square Uranus. She's going to conjoin Jupiter. I think that's next week. So the two benefics are in the sign of Aquarius. So there's a lot of energy here. And there's kind of a mixture of contradictions. So Venus is the planet of love, beauty, relationships, pleasures, things that feel good, how we relate with others. And when Venus conjoins Saturn on Saturday, Saturn is about rules, discipline, discernment, getting rid of the extra fluff or things that aren't necessary. Um, so Venus conjoined with Saturn might ask us to be discerning in our connections with others and be discerning in who we relate with. For example, are you seeing someone casually that is maybe it's just not going anywhere, or you're not feeling fully satisfied with it? Is it time to let that relationship go? Saturn would say, let's get rid of the excess, let's get rid of what's unnecessary and focus on what is satisfying in the long run or in the long term. Saturn is all about time and age and longevity. What brings pleasure over time? That is Saturn, Venus. So using discernment to create connections and really thinking about like, Saturn, Venus would ask, do I want to invest in this connection or in this relationship or in this person? Does this is this going to be satisfying over time? And you could say the same thing with joy and pleasure. Is this thing that I'm engaging in going to bring lasting satisfaction? Do I want to invest my time or energy into this activity or this thing? Or am I just like one foot in the door, one foot out the door? And do I want to continue investing into it? Venus represents things that make us beautiful or things that make us feel beautiful and sensual. So this could literally be around clothing, jewelry, beauty supplies. Saturn asks us to get rid of what no longer serves us, what no longer makes us feel beautiful. So this could literally be a good time to go through your closet, get rid of clothes that maybe don't fit you, that you don't wear anymore, getting rid of beauty supplies or jewelry that you don't wear anymore. How can you cut down on these extra things that aren't really bringing you that much joy or happiness, which is the Venus part, right? So recycle, give away, clearing things up, cleaning things up. And getting clear on love, cleaning up love in your life. Do you have a conversation that you need to have with someone? Could that be part of cleaning up a relationship? Getting rid of old baggage, even if emotional. On the other hand, later in the day on Saturday, Venus is squaring Uranus. And I forgot to mention, this is Saturday the 6th, so February 6th. So Venus conjoins Saturn, planet about time, age, and tradition as well. And then later in the day on Saturday the 6th, Venus squares Uranus, which is all about breaking with the norm in love and pleasure. So innovating love and pleasure. So Saturn and Uranus are two pretty opposite archetypes. Saturn, once again, is about time, age, tradition, um, longevity, and Uranus is about breaking free from the rules, from restraints, and starting over, change, doing something new, innovation, upgrading. Very different from Saturn. So there's kind of these two opposing forces happening with the Venusian topic. So while Venus Saturn asks us to discern with what brings us pleasure and what is unifying in relationships, and to cut away the extra fluff, Venus square Uranus asks us to break with the norm, try something new in love and pleasure. Maybe something is feeling a bit stagnant. There could be a sense of feeling stuck or like you're not growing. Um, this could be a time of breaking free of relational restraints or relational norms. Um, some of the structures that you have in your relationships will survive this. The ones that are tried and true, that are truly serving you, will survive the Venus square Uranus, and some won't. This is a time of cleaning up, getting rid of the things that aren't working. So yeah, innovating relationships, and also pleasure, cleaning them up. Um, that's kind of the major theme of the week, with Venus entering Aquarius and conjoining Saturn and squaring Uranus. Is what new things do I want to bring into my life that will um, shake things up a little bit, that will be healthy for me in the long run. Uranus is also a planet about experimentation. So there might be a sense or desire to experiment in matters of love, relationships, beauty. You might want to like try, on a new outfit, try expressing yourself in a different way that you haven't before. um, you might get like a new piercing or a new tattoo, or it can be very kind of bodily surface level, which is like not bad at all. And it can be also those deeper, more psychological things as well. Um, okay, so that's kind of the main things. We do have a Wednesday, Thursday, the moon will be in Scorpio, which um, especially right now might be a more tense time of February, just because the moon in Scorpio will be opposing Mars and Uranus in Taurus and squaring Saturn in Aquarius. So the moon likes to be comfortable, and Scorpio is a sign that is inherently a bit uncomfortable or kind of enjoys getting into the depths of things, figuring things out, getting to the bottom of the matter, the root of the matter, which is often uncomfortable. So this could be Wednesday, Thursday of this week, could be some deeper, harsher emotions. Maybe some hidden realms are revealed. It might be some psychological insights that are challenging to explore, maybe painful as well. So take care this week. Don't necessarily avoid the pain. It's a good time to utilize the energy to deep dive into those hidden realms of your emotions. And also, this week's a great week to clean up in relationships, and how you experience pleasure, what makes you feel sensual and beautiful, and invite in the new and experiment a little bit. Invite in the new so that you can figure out or find out through experimentation what might serve you, you know. Yeah. So, yeah, that is the astrology of the week. Sorry, that was like a bit choppy. I think the Mercury retrograde, I'm a Mercury ruled person. I'm a Virgo sun, Gemini rising. So Mercury retrogrades really mess with me. So I apologize if my ideas were a bit disjointed and I don't think I communicated that well, but that's okay. I think I still got the main point across. Um, so yeah, happy first week of February. And I'll be back next week with another astrological update. Have a good day.